Oh, I actually don't know the name.
Okay, so please, you tried. A round of applause. Yes, another one more question. Just one, the last one now. Who can come on the stage and make
SD3, good health and well-being. SD4, quality education. SD5, gender equality. SD6, clean water and sanitation. SD7, affordable and clean energy.
Okay, before the slides come up, we're at Team 3A, and we were tasked with proposing innovative solutions for sustainable materials. Yes, this is it. I'd like to believe that we have built industry professionals here. Oh, I'm Precious Umoren. I'm an assistant architect. He's Temitayo. He's a woodwork professional. And that is Miss Teresa. She's a builder. So first of all, I'd like to surf through the internet, try to find sustainable materials all the times when we are specifying. I'm an assistant architect, and I have to be careful when I try to procure materials. And the stress of going through the internet to find information, going through books, case studies, can be exhausting. And I know we cannot relate to that. So what if I tell you, next slide, we are going to solve this problem. There should be no barrier to getting the material, the information you need. It shouldn't be a struggle, it shouldn't be a hassle. You should just be able to pick up your phone and find sustainable materials. Then it is tech-enabled, data-driven decision-making. I guarantee you, with our support, you can make decisions faster, easier, get your materials, because we're connecting you to the manufacturers in your locations, and then better user experience. That's the whole front end, back end accessibility for even the manufacturers to upload their data, which we will have to verify. And who we serve: the architects, engineers, and specifiers, and also researchers, manufacturers, and suppliers. Next slide, please. And then our implementation plan. Initiation, which is the phase we are currently on, building our feasibility studies, determining our needs, the resources, financing. And in the second phase, we'll go into planning proper. And then the third phase, design and development. Sorry, that was a mistake. Implementation and scaling. Next slide, please. And then our impact. Because of the fact that we promote locally sourced sustainable materials, we can eliminate completely, almost completely, we can mitigate the carbon footprint of transportation, and then the conservation of natural resources, because we are promoting recycled materials as well, which will be listed in our hub. The social impacts, education and empowerment, preservation of cultural heritage, because when you use materials found in your local, you're guaranteed to keep a certain look. Then economic impact, job creation, local economies, and then the technological impact is it's material testing body in the country. And then if we can connect that to the government, we can easily scale through that partnership.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Good morning.
Okay, sorry. I wanted to, first, let me also appreciate the presentation. It was an excellent one. Thank you for the beautiful GMH presentation to us. My question goes thus. I wanted to confirm if you have a terrain or locality of operation that you probably want to start this your pilot project with. That's one. Then two, does your platform provide for the users to be able to know exactly where they're getting the materials from and how? Yeah, you showed us how they want to purchase it. That was already captured. They could purchase directly from your platform, I believe, right?
You can't purchase directly, but we will connect you directly
to the supplier.
To the supplier, yes.
Okay.
But in scalability, we could include that after we evaluate.
So now, are the suppliers within a given locality? And I think that will also raise it back to my first question.
Yes. Right now, we're looking at starting up in Nigeria, but in Abuja, especially where the NBRI is located. Because easily we could go to their centers and check out what the innovative testing, materials testing that is ongoing currently is. So we can start from there and then build up progressively before we get our own center that can test materials as well.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, JMH, for your presentation. My name is Ahikyoya Agemome, and I work for Fencas Real Estate. Now, does your company provide, specialized kind of services for new technologies that do not currently exist in Nigeria? That's first. And then secondly, too, would your company be open to partnerships with technologies or technology innovators that will help to, further deepen the work that you're already doing, within the sustainable material space? Thank you.
For the partnership with companies, we are going to create an open source website where companies can actually have a page. Let's say we are having a Facebook for materials where companies can open their own page on our platform and they would upload the sustainable materials, and we get to verify, like you having a blue tick on Twitter, X now. So it's like you having a blue tick. So we check if what you're giving out is really sustainable in our testing lab. And in the long run, based on scalability, over the years, we would go to those places to go check ourselves that, okay, these guys, they are producing good materials. And we can also support agencies like Standard Organization of Nigeria to ensure that what we use are sustainable.
All right, can I go now? All right, I have two advice for you. Firstly, to say that I think at the moment we will have shortage of possible listing. So I will think that while you think you should start from somewhere which is Nigeria, I would think looking at Africa might also help. Because basically you want to have a rich database that can help designers make proper specifications that is within a reasonable carbon footprint, right? I would advise you look within the Africa benchmark across Africa to list those companies. Then again, I also advise you have a label, because within the green building space, what they said is label. Now, at your level, you could verify, you could make some claims that are unverifiable, that might need time to be verified. However, there's a label integrity. So again, the integrity of the company over time will also be determined by the strength of the label. At the moment, we don't have any label in Africa that I know. I know Kenya is trying to do something in that space. I've checked out something, but we don't have any label. So a lot of time we are looking for eco labels from Europe, green labels from somewhere in North America. So I also think that while it is an innovation thought, let us have a label. Now, because the label itself could now be sold as a franchise, and that also help the companies to be able to also subscribe to you. If you know that we have this GMH or something label, GMH label, just put a green star. They will, because that will give them the kind of reason why they should support you. And again, I also think over time, you also need to define the green building matrix that you want to measure. If you want to measure everything, there's no time to do all the things. So that if I'm buying, for instance, you buy some AC, they will tell you, they're not telling you it has a lifespan of 20 years. They're only saying it will save you energy, maybe that's that. So you must be able to also you don't need to measure everything. Really, you don't need to do everything. But the major ones, maybe that concerns Africa, maybe just this and that. And of course, there's also a lot of variant. There's one that will measure water, the faucet one, the energy consumption. So you might also have to sit down, brainstorm more, know what you're measuring per product category, then put a label to it that can give you a commercial viability and get people to subscribe. For me, in overall, you've done very well. Novel, thoughtful, timely, resonate with us. Thank you very much. We love you. One more thing.
So guys, this was so nice. This is so relatable. And thank you very much for this pitch, for this presentation. I mean, going with everything that everyone has said, I just have one advice. It's fantastic, this thing we've put out. But for us to be able to actualize, for us to be, and not just for you guys, for anybody who wants to maybe invest, it would be nice to just kind of break it down into like actionable plans, you know, so you have like a timeline. So people can look at it and say, okay, these guys actually know what they're, because it's easy to just, it's like going to Pinterest and just taking pictures. And so it's good to just have a timeline tied to this. But this is a very good product. So well done, guys. Well done.
Yes, we're required to submit supporting documents, so we kind of have an implementation plan to submit as well.
Okay, I'll have liked to see that, sir. Because,
time.
you know, this was very nice.
Thank you
I'm
very
ready to
much,
move.
Thank you. 2 more minutes. Okay. Okay. Oh, one question, guys, please. Briefly, please. Briefly.
Hello. Yeah, good morning. My name is Edafe. Very lovely presentation, and the idea is very interesting. I just want to advise and encourage you. What you've started, I think you should not give up. You should just keep pushing. Just like what my friend had said earlier on, you can start from somewhere. You know, there are already building materials, green building materials that are existing. You can put those labels up in your platform and start. You can start small, and then you can scale it up from there. And that's number one. Then number two, I also think you should consider the issue of copyright. You know, you should find a way to copyright what you're doing so that you own it, because it's not existing in Nigeria at the moment, and you are talking to a very large audience. I also think you should pitch this to a broader audience, even international, you know, like the IFC and co. Then that's number two. Then number three, I looked at your the costing. You didn't really talk much on that, but I'm just looking at it on the surface. It looks a bit not too small. I'm not sure that will scale for what you're trying to do. So I am suggesting that you try to benchmark your costs using the dollar rate, not just naira, because you still have some time, you know, to do what you are doing. And naira is dropping. We are not praying that it's dropping, but dollar will be a better benchmark to use. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Trim TA. Okay, I must say that's my team, really. Yeah, so Sheyi, I have bargain. Where's Sheyi? She stepped out. I wanted to, Sheyi, I'm bragging. When you had your team and you were bragging, now I'm bragging. My team had, you know. Thank you very much. Okay, so we are moving on to the next team. That's 4A. 3B. 3B. Thank you very much. Okay, you are presenting for your group.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, judges, Mr. President, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, likewise, co-team members present. My name is Marianne Binibo, and I'm representing Team 3B. And we'll be talking about, our priority area is on material. Please, the first, please, the cover. Okay, so our challenge is on to create advanced recycling waste management solutions for urban areas. Next slide. Okay. Okay, background of study. Based on this background of study, first of all, our research, while we research, we realized that Nigeria is one of the developing countries that are actually currently facing a major challenge in population growth, influx of the population growth, and the waste generated also is also on the high side, is increasing, and if we are not careful, the waste will double at by 2040 if the increase of population continues at this pace. So, based on this background of study, my team and I, we are want to come up with a solution that is reliable, a solution that is going to work, that we feel or we think is going to work, and to manage this waste that has been generated by this population, this increase in population. You know, as the population are increasing, our daily activities, what we do, what we eat, everything just happens to increase, and also it affects the waste we produce daily. Quickly, this is also from our background of study, but I highlighted this point, now narrowing it down to a case study of Lagos State, which is obviously one of the biggest cities in Nigeria, Lagos State, Nigeria, one of the biggest cities in Nigeria that is currently facing this surge. And over the years, it has been like, research have it that Lagos State will continue to experience this increase. Now, likewise, our waste, the waste generated from Lagos State is still relying on the increase in population. Quickly, the objectives of this study is basically to reduce landfill waste. We are looking at how we can contribute to reducing landfill waste, to promote effective recycling, to create advanced smart waste collection, and to mitigate environmental impact, like reducing the carbon footprint. The gaps, while we did our research, some of the gaps we faced was this solid waste currently, this municipal solid waste currently, the management body that we have in the city are currently going through the challenge of trying to manage this waste because of its high increase. Likewise also, the recycling of waste, which is associated with this modern trend. You know, when we recycle is a way of trying to reduce the waste. It's not really practiced in this part of the world. So we want to delve into the aspect of recycling. Our solution wants to find a way to bridge that gap of recycling so that we have more opportunities in the recycling industry. Let me just quickly go. So now, the materials that can be recycled. I think this thing is loading. Okay, some of the materials that can be recycled is plastics. We have plastics, we have glasses, we have tins and cans. Then likewise others, papers, cartons, they fall under this category. Now, our proposed solution. We are proposing a smart waste bin solution. First of all, the waste bin that collects this waste are the regular kind of bins, currently in Lagos State and some other cities. So although it's been practiced in some part of the world like Scotland, so we want to see how we can bring this smart solution. Why? Because if you look at Lagos, we have a lot of estates, and these estates, developers, they are trying to imbibe into smart cities, trying to bring in tech and all of that to meet up with the modern trend. Now, what about our waste generation? Don't we think that this waste generation, we can actually stick key to smart technology? So we are bringing that idea of smart waste bin solution. And the features of smart waste bin, this smart waste bin solution is it is designed to collect waste, the regular waste kind of waste. But this time around, we are looking at recyclable waste. Recyclable waste. Now, I would like to categorize this waste into two. I have the messy kind of waste. This messy kind of waste is the food waste, the yard waste, the one that smells, which that on its own, I can't say it's recyclable, but I can use that for another aspect of probably coming up with waste to energy technology, trying to go, that's another direction. But our solution is looking at the part of recycling, the plastics, those ways that we think that they are not, they are just, we can just, okay, let's take for example a bottle of Coke. I just drink a bottle of Coke and just put it anywhere. The truth is, that's a product. A company out there is looking for that product. That's their raw materials. So our solution wants to, we are going into trying to take advantage of that. This smart bin solution is going to be user-friendly. We are looking at, okay, people might not still take this serious. So we are looking at, what if you get paid when you dispose this waste? Please, we need this waste is our raw materials. We need it. Okay, when you come, when you subscribe to this particular smart waste bin, you are given a smart card. And that smart card helps to generate points, which in turn becomes voucher. You can go out to ShopRite and use it to shop this same type of, you don't just go there to buy food. You use the smart card, you can use this voucher to get bottled water because of partnership and all of that. So you can use to get bottled water, plastic Coke, and recyclable materials. So it's more like a circle. You give us this can, then we give you, you get paid for it, then you can use that money to still go back and get discounts for buying this same item. So another thing that we looked at while we were coming up to our solution is that to also improve collection of recyclable materials. If you go to the ocean today, a lot of recyclable materials are there, killing wildlife. Likewise, if you go to the streets, you see them. So we just want to reduce that aspect. We can't really find a way to come up with curbing and controlling this waste because it's so much. But our solution wants to go into the aspect of recycle. A smart waste bin can significantly reduce reparation costs. So we are also looking at, okay, why don't we look at trying to reduce the cost of operations and all of that, the challenge that the regular bins, those using the regular bins are facing. Okay, thank you. Please. All right. Okay, graphically, what we're able to come up with is, okay, people, what you just need to do for us. Okay, thank you, ma. Thank you, sir. What you just need to do for us is whenever you get this recyclable material in your house, just kindly help us package this waste. Now take it to the nearest smart bin close to you with your card and with your card. Now this smart waste bin has a kind of a sensor whereby it helps to sort out these materials. When you put it in, then it approves it, authorizes it, and you use your smart card to get credited. Then it is being transported to our storehouse, more like a warehouse, where we do compaction to keep these materials, to store these materials. Now these materials, they are compacted into bales, and after which we distribute to companies and end users, those that will be using this. Sorry. Okay, during our design thinking, we thought about, these are the features we thought about: data communication, notification and alert, likewise, AI-powered objects. Okay, let me just quickly show you my model. Thank you. Okay. Please, let me just go straight to my model. So I came up with, please take it back. So please, there's a video. I think there's a network challenge, a video. So I designed. Okay, before I came up with this 3D animation, I had the previous slide is a sketch that's more like a sketch that has given a labeling of this particular what each part of the smart bin stands for. So, and all these parts put together makes up the smart bin. So, but this video would have given us a visual look of how this smart bin and how it works. Right. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please, another round of applause for her. Because I understand the pressure she was on. She isn't the one to present, and this even wasn't the slide that was supposed to be presented. Unfortunately, our partner, the team leader is supposed to present, was at the airport, but had an emergency, had to reroute. So he's with the slide, so this came as an emergency, and then I feel proud of you. Thank you very much. Okay, please, we want to see the video.
Just talk through it. Talk through it.
This is the regular plastic waste bin we know. So this is a frame, a setup that would help secure, more like a covering for this plastic waste bin. Now this covering is set up to, you can't get access to this smart bin, except there's this green part you see here this green part is where you put in your smart card. And it authorizes, then on top of it, there is please play it. There's a scanner. There's like a scan, please pause. There's like a scan, this is like the scanner. You put your waste on top of it. Then you put your smart card here. Then this is where you have a monitoring, more like an interface, a dashboard that reads the size of the material, of the waste. Then, once it authorizes it, it has a retractable covering. Thank you. So it opens. You don't have to open it. Then you put it inside. Then it goes inside the plastic this thing. Yes. Then once it is full, there's an alert sensor. There's an alert sensor that tells the factory that okay, there's this particular waste bin is full. And they come in too. So this is the solar panel that would be able to power it. Thank you.
Hi. Well done for the presentation.
Thank you.
It's never easy to present under pressure. I like this idea. It's a brilliant idea. And my question is, the waste, does it get sorted automatically, or does the person have to put it specifically under plastic, glass, or tin? So is it an automated system, or does it rely on people to have a sense and be motivated to recycle?
Okay, but thank you, ma. I thought of that, but I just want. I believe in this school of thought, change begins with you and me. So I want you to do that in your house. Try to be intentional about your waste. So you are the one to sort it out. That's why we have different colors, codes of bin. Then when you get them, whichever one you want to. That's why this scanner also, if it's a glass waste material, it will just give a red alert.
Oh,
it will even open.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on beginning with us. But it's always a challenge to change people and the way they think. So I think this kind of encourages it, even if it's not automated. It is encouraging if it doesn't open when the waste is not relevant.
Thank you.
Yeah, one of the questions I had here initially was that I wanted to ask you what makes your solution unique. However, the video says it all. So kudos to you on this beautiful innovation.
Thank you very much.
The next question that I probably would have is the cost outlay to actually put this into play. And how long is it going to be for us to be able to recuperate the money, the payback period for this type of solution, if we have to invest in it?
Okay, but okay, sir, thank you. Just like she said, my team leader who's supposed to be here, I just came up with this last night. just like a backup plan. I didn't even, because he told me that his flight is for 8:35 a.m. So I didn't, and unfortunately he's not here. So we have a kind of a more concise document, and we'll give that on request. Yes, everything. So just like a summary. Thank you.
Well done for
Thank you.
under 24 hours turnaround. I saw it in the slide, but I think we quickly brushed through it. But then who are the partners? Probably as that slide comes up, the other question will be, what's the specific role or impact on the built environment in this case? Because I think the examples you've given is waste in an already, in homes or in the industries that's already set up. But then are we able to touch specifically on the construction and development of infrastructure?
Okay, thank you. First of all, this waste that we collect with this smart waste bin, it doesn't get to the landfill. We are intervening. So we want to try to find a way to reduce this burden of the last man, the waste management body in the government. So whatever we take here is more of recycling materials. Yes. So our end users are partners like plastic recycling factories, even building materials. I know of building materials that they use both plastic waste and concrete to form new building materials. So we meet investors and innovators and we partner with them. Yes. Okay.
So before you go to that question, I wanted to just commend her because I know that this that they have done is like 30 to 35 years ahead of some African countries, because we have not even started the segregation of waste, purpose of now using sensor to detect its viability. So again, I like the dynamics that you are looking at 30 years ahead of time. I also still advise, while you are sending your implementation plan, maybe the first thing you need to do, let's even segregate. Even if it's going to landfill, let's separate. Because in Lagos now, you see, if you go to our landfills, you see plastic bottles, everything is in one. Even construction waste is also a problem. Bamboo, bag of cement is all in one single stream. So maybe while you're also setting the implementation, maybe we can also say the phase one of implementing is, let's even have a basic segregation system of those waste streams. Then secondly, we now say the second layer is now a system where we cannot detect to ascertain what you have done, to give you credit. Even now, credit is not even what we need for. It might be an encouragement, right? But I just think that we even need to start streaming. Even if we are paying for it, but let's start streaming. And you can also consider maybe lobbying government policies to support your innovation. But by and large, for me, you've done very well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hi. Okay. Good morning. Thank you for the presentation. A fantastic one. My name is Carl. I just have some few questions and input. Noting very well that Nigeria is a special market, all right? Not like this is a fantastic idea, no doubt. But the country where we live, we know what's happening. It's a special market when you look at it all figure. How do you mitigate the vandalism, of these waste bins? Because it's out of a control, kind of, to an extent. So how are you going to mitigate it? One, because there are other people also, some other stakeholders who are also inquiring the same thing that you're looking at for those waste cans, tins, plastics thereabout, the abokies, they go around picking all these stuffs in our living environment and all that. So how do you mitigate that, the vandalization of all these waste bins and getting away with these materials at the end of the day? It leaves you with nothing. So how are you going to work around that?
Okay, thank you, sir. One of my previous slides shows the places of usage. We're going to be looking at on the first phase of implementation of carrying out this project. We are actually going to be looking at having this solution in places like airports, schools, housing estates, place where this can be safe while trial is going on. I'll deem it safe because you have security guys there who would help watch this. Then another aspect of that, the part of scavengers and these Aboki guys, that is why we are looking at me and you bringing your waste and putting it here. Like you and I putting our waste here directly. You don't have to put it. You don't have to be. You don't have to put it in your dustbin outside. Bring the waste directly to this place. These guys, they pick this waste from the roads, from the streets. And if you check currently, our waste bins on the streets, they are even experiencing overfilling and all of that. And you start seeing them on the floor. So those are where they go to, most of them. So if you're bringing it directly, I don't think they will have access to that waste. So that's what we are looking at.
All right. So work more on it. I think it is.
Thank you very much. Yes, she definitely will. Thank you very much. We can't take any more questions, please. We have to move on to the next presentation. Thank you. A round of applause to her as she goes back to. So we have two more teams left. Infrastructure, Team A. Please, whoever is presenting for your team, come ahead now. Infrastructure 5A. The whole four members. This is the first team that are coming with everyone at the same time. Please, a round of applause for them. The four of them are presenting. Yes, but the four of you are okay. Okay, two are presenting. Okay. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, distinguished judges, esteemed colleagues, and our valued guests. We are from Team 5A, and the challenge before us is to conceptualize smart cities for sustainable urban development. Yes. And we are here to conceptualize smart cities for sustainable urban development, which we've tagged Smart City Blueprint. And we have to develop an innovative blueprint for an existing Nigerian city into a smart city, using Lagos as a case study. Therefore, we have the project is tagged Lagos 2.0. So why Lagos? Because there are just two states in Lagos, Lagos and others. Lagos is one of the fastest growing cities in Africa, with 21 million residents. Lagos has economic prosperity. Lagos is said to be the fourth highest GDP in Africa. Lagos has infrastructure gaps, stakeholder engagement, environmental challenges, technology gap, strategic location. Lagos is the nation's economic powerhouse in Nigeria. Yeah. So, what Lagos is right now, waste management. We have increased burning and illegal disposal, increasing PM 2.5 concentration by 9%. We have over 30% of the estimated 14,000 tons of waste collected daily in Lagos State. So we picked, in order to have a smart city, waste management is one of the problems we need to solve to have a smart city. The team before us spoke about it, but we also are going to be inputting it in our solution. What Lagos could be. So this is literally an IoT waste bin, where the bins are, where we have our bins. So there is a sensor inside the bins to give an alert, sending the sensor through the cloud sensor, and the data centers and the data officials, they get the alert on the waste bin being full. So you don't have to, because I'm using a case study of a city in Lagos. There was accumulation of debt. The various waste bins and everything was full, but it was not cleared on time. So having a sensor gives real-time updates and monitoring of fuel levels and prompt notification waste collectors. It gives minimal travel distance, reduces operational cost and overflow prevention. Also, stormwater management. In the past few weeks, there was a particular day there was this heavy rainfall and a lot of people were stuck due to poor drainage system, increased rate of flooding, improper waste disposal, blocking waterways. So how can we solve that and make Lagos into a smart city? We looked at having a smart attenuation tank to temporarily store stormwater to reduce flooding. So while there is the heavy rainfall, there is an underground system retrieving this water, and it's not going to be on our roads. However, which provides secondary water supply to areas with lack of access to clean water, and it also gives us this climate resilience, and also we get access to improved water quality by it being filtered out pollutants from stormwater. Also, traffic management. What is one of the problems in Lagos? Increased travel times, high fuel consumption, elevated pollution. So one of solving this problem, we look at having accurate traffic updates, helping drivers avoid congested routes, IoT sensors detect spots available for parking, environmental pollution, reduced fuel consumption. So also housing. Housing deficit sits at over 3 million from PCN's, according to PCN Housing Report 2022. Expensive and out of reach to low and medium income earners. So we plan on having a smart housing system by incorporating passive design principles such as natural ventilation and lighting to reduce energy consumption, prefabricated homes produced in factories and assembled on site, reducing construction times and costs. Also, sustainable infrastructure integration, solar energy, rainwater harvesting systems. So the question is, how do we achieve this?
Thank you very much. And as she has said, the question to ask is this practicable and is this viable with the current system in Lagos? So assessing the current infrastructure in Lagos, we have the transport system, the water system, the waste system, and the housing system. These are the major infrastructures we considered. And trying to look into the existing infrastructure, do they really meet what can be incorporated into a smart city? Are they technologically ready? And these are many. Are what we discovered, that the current state of the infrastructure in Lagos does not meet what can be incorporated to a smart city. But should in case with the incorporation of a smart city, what will be achieved later on? And we have this as the impact. We have an environmental impact. It will reduce the air pollution. It was considered by Clean Air Organization. It was in the report. It was discovered that road transport contributes to the highest amount of air pollution in Lagos. So with the incorporation of a smart city, a smart traffic system, a smart transport system, it will reduce the air pollution. Afterwards is the waste management sector. So reducing that too, we improve the air quality. So we have the economic benefit. And the long run, though, considering the capital cost, the initial cost, smart city will be expensive, but along the line, there will be a reduced cost because there will be a need to do a life cycle cost assessment. The upfront cost might be expensive, but along the line, there will be less maintenance and people will have value for what they are investing in. So the social, though we might have difficulties with, because Lagos, the same way we have the learned ones, is the same way we have the unlearned ones. People living in informal settlements. So how do we get them along, to carry them along with all this? So we have a wide coverage using media jingles, social medias, radio, television, community awareness, going to the community level. Because if you are to address the waste management issue, we we have to go to the community levels. Literate can easily, oh, drop this at this side, drop this at that. But what of the illiterate ones? What of those who don't have access to a smartphone? So how do we incorporate, how do we enlighten them to allow a wide coverage? Please. Yes. All right, so we have a blueprint concept. So smart city is not something we can rush into. It's something we have to start with. And looking at the map of Lagos, Ikeja sits at the central, it serves as the central hub of Lagos. So why not just start with Lagos and then we start with Ikeja and we extend to other places in Lagos? So that's the idea with this. So how do we plan to implement this blueprint? So our planning and vision, and all we are doing, trying to meet up with the sustainable development goals, trying to meet up, having a clear vision, and collaborating with those who are involved. So we have this, okay, seeing the blueprint implementation, you can see it's in 4 levels, starting with the planning and vision. We have to plan to see what we want to do. What do we need to do and what are we going to see from it? Those stakeholder management, this is very important. It cannot be self-sponsored. The government cannot do it alone. A private
1 minute to go.
A private body cannot do it alone. So it has to be with the involvement of other members So the infrastructure development is a need to upgrade the existing one. The capacity building and education. When we talk about smart city, we need to equip these facilities with the necessary knowledge. So people like Loma and Last Man, they need to be supported. There must be an IT support. So data integration and analytics to predict. All right, so please go to the last one. All right, so in our conclusion, transforming Lagos into a smart city presents both challenges and opportunities by leveraging on IoT, data analytics, and sustainable technologies. Lagos aims to tackle urbanization issues, upgrade infrastructure, and enhance quality of life. This ambitious initiative not only promises significant improvements for residents, but also set a precedent for other cities in Nigeria and Africa. Success depends on collaboration among governments, private sector, and communities to achieve a smarter, more sustainable, and inclusive urban environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was brilliant. Judges, over to you. Any questions for the team?
Yeah, a very beautiful presentation by you all. Please, can we give them a round of applause once again? I discovered that the young man was looking at my face viciously when he was talking about the reference to the fact that air pollution, you saw him, right? I have reference to that, yes, and that was a beautiful one. But I have a concern concerning you had 4 major areas you wanted to niche upon, the transport, the waste, water, and housing. I have a concern with the water because the solution you are trying to provide for us here is underground. You said it's underground water management solution, right? And your pilot project is Lagos. Are you aware that more than 60% of Lagos landmass is below the sea level? So if it is, what happens to your underground? Where do you channel the waters to?
Right. So the idea of the smart attenuation tank, as it's been said, is a tank that stores water temporarily. So what we are using it for is just a temporary storage, such that in cases where there's a flooding, water can be stored temporarily and they are being discharged. So in such area, I think there are dams in Lagos. So this water can be discharged to the dams and which can be used as an alternative energy solution.
Okay, have you quantified the amount of the impact or in liters or cubic meters of some of the recent flash floods that has been experienced in Lagos and the capacity of your tank to actually accommodate that? Then do you want to situate your tank nearby the existing dam that you intend to actually channel it to as another means of reservoir?
Okay, actually, if I'm to explain better, the case study we actually considered was United Kingdom, and it is something they provide almost for all residential areas, such that you can have it towards the outer part of your house, so that when there's run off water, actually, based on what I'm saying now is, it is something we plan probably for areas that are, specific areas that are always flooded with this, that are always flooded. So,
Okay, with the issue of land in Lagos,
right.
you are sure that you probably might not have that land mass for you to have that type of reservoir. So have you thought about that?
We consider that. We'll work on
So
it.
what is the solution to that?
All right.
Well done, Team 5A. Again, it's just to look at what you are doing. At the moment, estates in Lagos that have flooding issue, they've been doing something similar.
Okay.
I know of a couple of ones. In fact, some residences, which you also know of one, they usually just do a small reservoir and they get the water out. The only concern is Lagos has a bad case of flood that even the canal you could pump it to is full. So maybe you might also have to come up with something that can be data-driven, that can be saying that, okay, for this particular location or this cluster, this is what they will need at maximum period. And again, your storage must be able to store for peak period. Because at the moment when you're having that flooding issue, the canal itself is full. Before you and you know, again, our drainages are blocked in Lagos.
Yeah.
And again, invert level. So maybe one of the things you also want to do to integrate into your system is to also examine advice on invert level. Because if you add invert level, for instance, to the right, it's maybe lagoon, to the left is sea. But at the time, even when city get flooded, the sea is still at a manageable level. So that means there's a problem of how to get water to that level or invert level. So you might have to look at that solution randomly. It could be technology driven. It doesn't need to come infrastructure first. It might be a system where you trigger. I mean, a lot of things are possible. Even the canals we have are not properly managed.
Yes, sir.
So I commend the fit and I commend the study. I just would advise you need to do a more comprehensive examination, because indeed we need it. Either now or future, Lagos is underwater. And you can see it last 1 week. A lot of us were at home, stuck at home. Thankfully that this event didn't come up last week or last 2 weeks. Maybe we would just be doing online presentation. So what you have done, really, the time is now. We just need to look at it again and again. Thank you.
Thank
it's
you
a
very much,
commendable
sir.
fit. Thank you.
Well done with the presentation. Congratulations. From the presentation, it seems to me that there are two parts. So there's a lot of parts that are data-driven in terms of like monitoring transport and giving people advice in terms of alternative routes. So in terms of implementation and when you're looking at the plan of how to implement it, I think it would serve you to kind of think about it in a bit more detail, because it's a huge project from what I'm getting from this. So developing that data set in the web and how to manage it, and then implementation. And again, what my fellow judge said, really thinking about the practicality of implementation, because I love that you are looking at implementing this in an existing city, because most of our existing cities in Africa do need to be upgraded and address all these issues of sustainability. And how we do it, then it becomes very important how we do that, because then this can be a blueprint, not just for Nigeria, but for the rest of the continent.
Thank you very much.
And just as a comment to add to the beautiful presentation that you had, you mostly mean smart city. However, the proposing goes beyond smart city. It is more like an urban renewal plan. So you kind of look at that. So it is not just smart. Smart is technologically driven, but you are looking at how you can be smart and be sustainable city. So that's a different thing. And I think that needs to probably be incorporated, the aspect of sustainability in your plan.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Any more questions from the judges? Audience? Okay, Sadafe. Please, a microphone to him.
Yeah, well done for the interesting presentation. Anything that has to do with Lagos, it takes a lot of courage, to want to solve the problem, especially the issues of waste and water and flooding and all of that. So, but I just want you to, it would be good to look at case studies of other countries that are the same level with, Lagos, the city of Lagos, in terms of whether it's below or above sea level, because I know that Lagos is just slightly above sea level, not necessarily below sea level. So if you look at China, for example, I think you should study China, how they are able to solve the issue of flooding. You can take some leverage on that. I think they were able to use some reservoir, they channel the water through some reservoir, and then from there they discharge it into the river. So that would be a very interesting case study to look at. Thank you.
Okay, question. Please, briefly, we just have a couple of seconds to round up for the team.
There you go, sir. Okay, sorry I came in a bit late. I think I listened to the last two presentations. I think there's still a common denominator for most of these presentations, and that's the fact that this part of the world, we need to leverage on data. I think everybody keeps on talking about data, gathering data, and being able to analyze data. For virtually all the solutions that have been preferred, it's really important that we, not just as an exercise, for each of us, I think we should be advocates of us from this part of the world gathering or putting in place adequate information and data gathering systems. Because ask random questions. I mean, we're talking about things that constitute building collapse. We're talking about actual volumes and rise in water levels. A whole lot of it still has to do with data. So I think beyond the events and this exercise, I think we should all be strong advocates for, if we're going to solve this problem of our cities being sustainable, we need to be strong advocates of getting data to drive this. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. I love your comments. And in this case, we actually did that, but it was in the document, in the detailed document. If you look at our concept from Ikeja, if you look at, okay, from Ikeja, we have something like a spiral shape from Ikeja that expands outside. So at each point, each node, we have data centers. So what the data center does is that they take IoT, let's say information from the waste, from water, from materials, from transportation, and all that. They transfer it to the data center. Let's say for a data center on this island, they transfer that to this data center. Then, let's say for one in Shomolu now, they also transfer to that data center in Shomolu. Then for other centers around the suburb of Lagos, then there is a central data center where that data will be sent to be monitored, to be analyzed, and to be worked upon.
Thank you. A round of applause for he's so passionate about it. Thank you. So we have the final team presenting, Team 5B, Infrastructure. Your team lead, who is presenting, should please come on stage. Thank you very much. A round of applause. Okay, so it's a lady again. It's a woman's word. Thank you. My guy said no wahala. 5B, please, can you kindly check 5B? Is it this? Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Omorisola Adekoya, and I am representing Team 5B. Okay, our challenge is to create a novel green infrastructure, that actually tackles the problem of heat, tackles the problem of flooding, and also on how to enhance biodiversity in the nation. So next slide, please. All right, so I'll be going through the backstory. Okay, we have a problem in the, let me mention in Nigeria in generally, the rate of urbanization is really increasing. And then I remember growing up, whenever I'm going through the islands, we see that, all right, we have, on the island, we have different buildings close to themselves. So, and as a result, the rate of heat is getting high. Do you get that? And then there's also the problem of flooding in the nation. And also, biodiversity is going into extinction. So now we are going through the backstory. All right, so recently I was having a conversation with my sister, and she told me that when she was growing up, because she did not live with us when she was growing up, whenever rain falls at home, they would have to leave the house because the water will surely go into the building, and then there will be no space to sleep again. So sleep for that day is ended, and then they will have to spend the rest of the day taking out water from the building. I'm sure some of us can relate with that story. All right, so now what is the cause of all these things? I actually skipped it already. We have rising population. We have many issues are coming up, rising population. We have also the case of, normally every nation has reserved spaces for green spaces and everything. But because of the rising population, many of those reserved spaces are getting occupied by buildings. So these are the common challenges in our city. Now we have heat, flood, biodiversity, air quality. Air quality, now we have many cars are on the road, and as a result, they are causing air pollution. Biodiversity, places where we add green infrastructure, green spaces like trees are being cut down now to fix the challenge of housing. All right, so this is our reality. We have rising water levels. Rising water levels. As at the beginning of this year, the Federal Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation actually gave a prediction that about 30 out of 36 states to be affected by flooding, with about 248 local governments that are going to be hit by very high rate of flooding, while about 258 would be hit by mild flooding problems. And then earlier this year, every one of us can recall that there was high rate of heat in the country. People had to, it was outrageous. People lost sleep because of the rate of heat. All right, and then poor air quality. We have wildfires, we have buildings, different industrial actions, and all these things are contributing to poor air quality in the country. And then we have low biodiversity. When there is heat, or even in the case of flooding, some habitats would actually die out. So, but we have a solution, and we can have a greener city. We cannot have all spaces to be green, but we can have greener spaces. And that's where our innovation comes in. All right, so our product. Our product is just one of another product, one of the products available that will make the solution to more green spaces, make it more accessible. Okay, so our product is a recycled plastic and sand permeable paver blocks with green cutouts. Now, this is how it works. We have the isometric section of the paver blocks. on the top layer, because we want more green spaces, I found out that green spaces actually help to reduce stress levels. If you are too stressed, just go to a green space and then you are rejuvenated. So we have the top layer as a vegetation. We have the sides as, these are the paver blocks. Then we cut them into two. So on this side, we have the open grader. Those blocks are actually gravels. They are compressed gravels. They'll be put into the paver blocks. And then we have the earth. The earth is going to, that's where the vegetation is going to come on. And then we have the underlayer for the paver blocks. Cannot see clearly from here. All right, so this is the blowout of the permeable paver block unit. And then for the place where the vegetation will lie upon, we have to actually enclose it so that when rain falls, it's not going to, and aside from when rain falls, the earth will not, there's a tendency for earth to get into gravel because it is finer than gravel. But when it's in an enclosed space, it can actually sit there and the vegetation can grow on it. So that's what we have there. And then we have the parts that are under the base layer, the sub-base, and the subgrade. And for people that can afford geotextile, which is quite expensive, they can go for the geotextile option. And then we have the subgrade soil under. So how it would help? Materials, since we are using plastic, which is a problem, like in our nation now, we have the issue of plastics. We have plastics everywhere. In the drainage system, we have plastics almost everywhere. So we are trying to reduce that problem by using plastics to make the paver blocks. And then the process of making, we're looking at using a solar-powered system to produce this rather than using a diesel, like a non-renewable energy source. And then economy, like we believe that it is cheaper related to normal conventional method of creating paver blocks. And then it is in line with the SDG goals and the Africa Manifesto goals, like SDG 3, which talks about good health and well-being. All right, so I think the conclusion is the change we all desire is actually in our hands. The change we all want, the change we all want for ourselves, for our nation, is actually in our hands. And this is actually a path to a sustainable future, to the sustainable future we all desire. By integrating this into our society, we would have more green spaces, a healthier environment, more enhanced biodiversity because we would have more green spaces, right? And then the rate of heat would actually be reduced to a great extent. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That was a very wonderful presentation. Over to you, judges. Any questions for her?
Yeah, a very beautiful presentation and innovative product. Please, can we give her a round of applause once again? Yeah, I have two questions here. You have answered one of the questions before you ended, because I wanted to ask, where does the plastic come into the play? Well, you said you use the plastic for molding the blocks, right? Now, you talked about the economic side of your presentation. However, we don't have figures to those economic side. You said it is cheaper. Then I asked myself, how much cheaper? Then you said, compared to the conventional products that I currently have out there, then I asked myself another question. Is there a comparative quantitative analysis that actually shows that, yes, truly, this product is cheaper than the one we currently have?
All right, so looking at it from the health benefit angle, we know that using normal, non-renewable energy sources, it might be cheaper when it comes to like monetary benefits. But then the health, the cost implication when it comes to the health, like is releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere.
Okay, I understand that. I think there should now be the part where you have a cost-benefit analysis that actually shows all of that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, no question from my side, but congratulations. I like that your product addresses a lot of environmental issues. It's not just about recycled material, it's also about addressing urban heat island, biodiversity, stormwater managed system, which shows the interconnectedness of sustainability and how often, you know, just addressing one issue then leads to you addressing a lot of other environmental issues that we are grappling with. So congratulations on a very good presentation. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Audience, any question for her? Oh, no question. Thank you. A round of applause. Thank you, everyone, for staying with us this far. We've come to the end of the presentation, so the judges will be working on collating the results so that we can come up with the best 3 teams based on some criteria. So now, for those...
Please, before we go to the next thing on our list, while we wait for the judges to give us their verdict, those of us that are joining the conversation on social media, you're making posts with your very beautiful pictures. Please, let's do well to engage on social media. If you've not done that, using the hashtag building codes, hashtag sustainable construction, hashtag urban development, hashtag future cities Africa, hashtag AGB Summit 2024. I'm going to go over them again. If you're making any posts, please, let's create more engagement. Hashtag AGB Summit 2024. Use the hashtag Future Cities Summit 2024. Hashtag Future Cities Africa. Hashtag Urban Development. Hashtag Sustainable Construction. Hashtag Building Codes. Thank you very much. Please, let's keep making those posts. Let's keep engaging so that the event will actually have more traction online. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, like I was saying, this event has been, we've had series of workshops before the presentation, which is happening today. So the students have been, you know, for a couple of, about 7 weeks, we've been engaging them through different workshops, series of workshops and engagements just to prepare them for today. So based on their participation over the past weeks, and we've been able to select, to identify some of these participants that have done remarkably well in some aspects. So this is not based on their presentation today, but their participation over the past weeks. So I know you guys are surprised. Like I keep telling you, we keep watching every move you make on the groups. We keep watching what it is that you have been doing so far. So based on that, we have a tiny bit award for you, and we have categories, and I will be calling your group and then your name. So first, we have the most strategic team based on the workshop period.
Okay, this is not coming from the judges?
Yes, not coming from the judges.
This is coming from
the team itself.
The GBCN team that we are coordinating.
Yes.
The groups. I added all of you to that group.
Yes.
Mama was talking to you during the workshops. Some of you attended, some did not attend.
Yes.
Some participated very well. I can see some people are smiling. They know themselves.
And I think this is an avenue for me to tell those groups that keep disturbing me 2 a.m. Every day you have your meeting, you don't let me sleep. Those teams have been very wonderful, and I can tell you, your hard work paid off.
Yep.
I'm really proud of you. I'm
Put your
honestly
hands
proud of
together for
every.
yourselves, please.
Yes, put your hands together for
yourself.
each and every one of you. There is a particular team that holds meeting every single day. So, and then there are clashes because I'm in all of these groups. So sometimes I have 3 groups calling me at the same time, and I'm like, oh God, how do I deal with these people? We just had a workshop every day. You know, they keep tagging me, and then I got tired, and then, you know. So yeah, like I said, your hard work paid off. So the most strategic team, based on our own analysis. So we have 3 groups, but it's just one group that we feel we might, there is no bias. It's based on your activities and engagement on the group. That is how we are selecting these teams. So for the most strategic team, we have team 1B.
Put your hands together for team 1B.
We have team 5A. And we also have team 3A, the most strategic team. And the winner, DJ, please, I need you this time. Our most strategic team will be team
1B.
1B.
Put your hands together for them.
Your hands together, please, the DJ, please.
Please stand to
Can
your
you
feet.
stand up,
Members
team
of
1B,
team 1B,
team
please
1B.
put your hands together for them.
Team 1B, please put your hands together for team 1B. Our most strategic team, based on the workshop.
You know, some of you will be wondering how we came to agree that team 1B is the most strategic team. And the reason is because we are in all the groups, but you are just in your own group.
Yes.
So we know what everybody is doing.
Yes.
But you don't know what other people are doing. Okay? And team 1B actually went all out, gave it their best, and we're saying congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
They came out as the most strategic
We'll
team.
send you your certificates. Yes.
Now,
Thank you.
for the next category, we have the best team leader. There are team leads in all the teams.
Yes.
And we have award for the best team leads.
leader.
And we have for the first, the second, and the
third.
third.
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to be awarding 3 team leaders.
Yes. The best 3 team leaders. So we have
In third place,
yes.
we have Benjamin of team 3B. Put your hands together for him.
Unfortunately not here. He's the guy that had
Benjamin had an
issue
emergency.
with-
He
yes,
couldn't
so he
be
had to
here.
go back.
Put your hands together for Benjamin, please. He's the team
Third
lead for
place.
team 3B.
Yes.
And in second place,
In the second place, we have the team lead for 5A, Dele Oye.
put your
Please, Dele,
hands
stand
together
up,
for the
stand
team
up.
lead for team 5A.
Yes, that's Dele. And then in the first place, drum roll, please. We have Abdullah,
For team 1B, put your hands together for Abdullah of team 1B.
Yes,
Abdullah,
team
please.
1B. Abdullah, team 1B. Now, let me tell you about Abdullah. I don't know Abdullah from Adam. I only met him during the workshop series. And this is the guy that keeps disturbing
Abdullah,
me.
please stand to your feet. Put your hands together for him.
They have meetings every day. And the first day when we onboarded them to the group, you would think he had rehearsed this whole thing. Like he has done this before. Like he just proved himself. He came into the group the first day we onboarded them, and he started making things happening instantly. Designs, communication. I mean, it's just amazing. Please, a round of applause for Abdullah. I'm so proud of you. Where is Sheyi? Sheyi deserves to say, because Sheyi is the team coordinator.
You can
for
now
1B.
see why team 1B is the most strategic team, right?
Yes.
Because they have the best team
Yes,
lead.
they have
Put your
the
hands
best team
together
lead,
for
please,
them
yeah.
once again.
Yes, thank you very much.
Congratulations, Abdullah. Please have your seat. Next category is the most supportive team Some of you were added. Some of you were added to the teams, and some people just went to sleep. Some people never said A
Yes.
in their team.
Yes.
The way they added them, that's how they were going to leave the team.
Yes, yes.
So we have an award for the most supportive team member.
We have the team members who isn't the team lead, but they are the ones that keep dragging everyone. They make this post. In fact, during the workshop series, we have some of these supportive team members that during the workshop series, they keep downloading whatever is being said by the mentors. They go to the group,
and
they
then
keep
they'll
going
be posting
back,
it in
and they
their
keep going
groups.
forth. I don't
They
know
pick
how
something
manage.
from the workshop, they'll go back to the group and post it in their group.
The mentor
Like,
said
people
this,
should come out.
and these people are still on the main, in the call, the workshop itself. But they keep taking whatever the mentor says, taking it to their group, dragging all of their team members and all of that. They are really good team players. So,
and in this category, we also have the first, the second, and the third. So we're going to start with
the third position.
Third place, we have Kehinde Ojo of Team 2A. Put your hands together for Kehinde Ojo.
Thank you.
Second place.
Second place, we have Ayomide 5A.
Ayomide of Team 5A. Put your hands together. Is Ayomide here?
Yes, Ayomide is here.
Please stand to your feet. Put your hands together, Ayomide. Second place, most supportive team member. And in first place,
the first place, drum roll. Thank you. We have Doi 1A.
Team 1A with Doi as the most supportive team member. And she's the only person representing her team, presented alone, and she's the most supportive team member. Put your hands together for her, please.
Well deserved. The next category.
Next category is Best Team Coordinator. We had members of the Green Building Councils and mentors who were coordinating each of these teams. And for Best Team Coordinator, Best Team Coordinators, very quickly, in first place we have... Okay. Third place.
Okay, so we have team coordinators which are the ones guiding the team itself outside it. So the team leader is part of the team itself, while the team coordinator is like the overall person managing the group itself, like a mentor kind of a thing. Okay, so we have on the third place.
We have the team coordinator for Team 5A, Mr. Emmanuel Ola Olowoye. Please put your hands together for him.
So we have in the second place, no, he's not here. Oh, he's here.
He's here. Please stand to your feet. No wonder he got my 10,000 naira.
Okay, now you look
I have not
different.
seen him in person.
Yes, I've not seen him in person, but he looks different from his picture. Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
please stand to your feet, sir. Put your hands together for
Please,
Mr.
good.
Emmanuel Ola Olowoye.
Olowoye.
Olowoye, sorry. That's the team lead for Team 5A. Now, in second place, we have Ajia Hadiza Badamasi. Put your hands together for Ajia. She's the team coordinator for Team 3B. Put your hands together for her. She's also on her way. And in first place, the best team coordinator, the best team coordinator for the youth event is the team coordinator for Team 1B. And that is Sheyi Alabi. Put your hands together. You can now still see why Team 1B is the most strategic team.
Yes, they have a very wonderful coordinator. I mean, I don't understand how she can cope with this set. These people, they are they have a lot of energy. I don't know how.
Sis Alabi went all out
so
for her
much.
team, and I think they did very, very well.
Yes, they did. Thank you. So, we have the best team player.
Aside from being the most supportive team member, we also have the best team players in each team. And in third place, we have Mariam
Marianne,
of team
team
3B. Put your hands
3B,
together for
Marianne.
Marianne. Put your hands together for Marianne. Best team player in team 3B. And in second place, we have Teresa. Teresa, please put your hands together for Teresa of team
3A.
3A.
Thank you. And then the first place.
In first place, still team 1B.
Elisina.
Elisina.
1B is going home with all of our awards.
But hold on. Guys, what is happening to all the guys?
I don't understand. Yeah, okay. What is happening?
What is happening to all the guys?
There's been a lot of female. Oh, yeah. It's a woman's word. I said it earlier. It's a woman's word.
What is happening with all the guys? The ladies are just taking all the awards.
It's a woman's word. It's a woman's word. Let's move on to the next one.
We allowed it, Abi. I think I understand that.
Anyhow, we accept it.
Okay, so we have the next category, the most valuable personnel, the most valuable person. In all of this, we have just one person for this category. And the MVP for the 2024 youth event is no other person than George Ayomipo of Team 4A. Put your hands together for George Ayomipo. Unfortunately, George is not here, but that is the most valuable person for this year's event. Put your hands together once again for George Ayomipo.
Why do we have him as the MVP for the event? It's because on his team, he's the only active member, the only one that does everything.
In his team, no other person say anything.
This, no one responds.
He carried
from the
everything
beginning
on
to the
himself.
end. You know how students, how students can be. No one responds
He was
to
the
anything.
team lead. He was the one doing the coordinating. He was doing everything.
He was
the supporting team member.
He was
and
encouraging himself. Unfortunately, he got stuck in traffic. That's why he's not here. He's still on his way here.
He's still on his way here. He got stuck in traffic.
He's traveling, yes. He's traveling down. So he's the MVP.
So that's why we
for
gave him the
our
MVP for the year 2024
Yes.
youth event. Please put your hands together once again for Ayomipo George.
Now we have the excellence in sportsmanship. That's our last category.
Go ahead.
So he's here also.
Excellent in sportsmanship is one person that admire his courage and tenacity, because this person is still on his way to, is traveling all the way from Yola to Lagos, for those of you that know Nigeria very well.
No, he's actually, he's traveling from Yola, the extreme end of Nigeria, to the other extreme end.
Yeah.
So he's traveling from
Cross-country.
Yola. He's been on the road for like over 24 hours now.
Yeah, for about
so he had
2
to
days
move from
now.
one place to the other. So that's why. And the last message he sent to me, he was supposed to be presenting for 3B. So the last message he sent to me is around Bega in Lagos, yeah. So, and that's about 30 minutes ago, thereabout. So the excellence in sportsmanship, we have
Mustafa
for
from
5B.
Team 5B. Please put your hands together for Mustafa.
So that will be all for judges. Are you ready, please?
Judges, are you ready for us?
Mustafa.
Mustafa, yeah? No, he's not the one.
Okay, so
Judges, are you ready for us? Okay.
Okay, so while we await the result of the best 3 teams. So the best 3 teams will have the opportunity to present at the summit.
While we are waiting for the judges to give us the top 3 teams, just to inform you also that the best 3 teams will be presenting at the main event. That's at the main summit that is starting tomorrow. And the day after that. And also, as a way of reminder for those of us that are still making posts on social media, please remember to use the hashtag AGB Summit 2024, Future Cities Summit 2024, Future Cities Africa, hashtag urban development, hashtag sustainable construction. Okay, I would want to continue, maybe take 3 more questions. I still feel like giving out money.
Yeah, we are rich.
I'm still in the mood of giving out money. So 3 more questions. Each question is for 5K. Are we ready? Are we ready? Let's use 3 questions to wait for the judges to conclude. The judges seem to be having difficult time deciding who is the winner. For this question I'm going to ask, the president will help us decide. We'll just take 2 persons, and then the president will help us decide. We have visitors here, people who probably are not in the line of sustainability and all, people who just came to witness the event. So, as a student of sustainability, how would you explain to someone or a total novice what sustainable construction is? So, I just need a response from 2 persons, and then the president will pick the winner. No, I don't want to be biased because I know a couple of persons here already. So the president does not know any of you. Yes, has to be someone that has not won anything before. Or, Mr. President, you can delegate the duty to someone else.
Audience, if you are interested in answering the question.
Oh, okay. Akita Badamasi can do that for us, right? Okay. So, let's get answers from 2 persons, and then we have a judge that will decide who the winner is. How are you going to explain sustainable construction to a complete novice? Or how would you explain it to a 7-year-old? So we have 2 hands. We already have 2 hands here. Has she not answered before? Okay, let's do one lady and let's start with the lady. Go ahead, please.
All right, so okay, I'm going to start on a broader scale. Like in the what I say? Throughout the course of throughout the course of industrialization, we have different stuffs coming up to actually make sure everybody is comfortable. We have comfortable spaces to stay. But actually, so many things were not put into consideration, and that's where sustainable construction comes in, where we can put the future in mind with whatever we are doing. So, sustainable construction majorly has to do with creating construction, would I say materials or projects that are environmentally friendly, economically sustainable, and actually can and also socially inclusive. Like when I mean environmentally sustainable, like you are thinking about the things going into the atmosphere, what people are taking into themselves. When you're looking at the economic part, we're looking at something that is cheaper and more pocket friendly. And when we are looking at something that is socially inclusive, like everybody can benefit from it. So majorly, it's just construction with the future in mind.
Okay. Next person, our judge. We're still having two hands. No.
Okay, for me, sustainable construction simply means construction that is good for today, is good for tomorrow, and it's inclusive, it's good for the environment, and ultimately, it's recyclable. So that is by the time the building or the material reaches its end of life, it can be recycled into other uses. Thank you.
Okay. Should we add a third person? Or we are good, sir? Okay, over to you.
Well, the question was, how would you explain to a 7-year-old? And all these complex terms and terminologies, I doubt it if a 7-year-old would understand. So, however, okay.
I was just giving an information that one of the people that answered is a pro in the built industry. So I shouldn't allow him to. So let's go back to the drawing board.
All right. Hi, everyone. Well, now that I've been given an 8, so that it's meant to be for a 7-year-old. So I'm on the advantage. All right. So I will explain sustainable construction to a 7-year-old is basically is building up of a particular thing or project that can be used now and doesn't hamper the current moment. And it can be used later on in terms of it can be changed without causing any form of hurt or harm to you as the user or to any other person that might come across with it in another time. So, yeah.
Okay. It's up to our judge.
Okay, the first and the third the persons who answered. So the first person talked about building a sustainable construction that has the future in reference, environmental friendly and socially inclusive. They look like very grand terms that I doubt a 7-year-old would understand, but she's right. And the third candidate talks about building for the now and building that is not harmful to the environment. And these are very profound answers. I think we should clap for them. So when the question was asked, immediately I thought to myself, I said, how will I explain to a 7-year-old? My son is actually 7 years old. And I said, the first thing I will tell a child that is 7 years old is that, any form of building construction that is not harmful to the environment in terms of materials, in terms of the way it's being built, the process, I think that's just the simplest way of putting it. So if I'm going to pick from the two, I would give it to the first person who answered. Yes. Thank you.
Put your hands together for her. Ushers, please help us with her details. Last question. And then we hand over the mic to the judges. Judges, please get ready so you send your representative to come make the announcement. Last question. What is the process, or how do you get carbon credit for green building? What is the process of generating carbon credit for green building? Okay. Let me ask a more relatable question, because I still want to give out that money. How many workshops did we have during the course, during the build-up of this event? How many workshops did we have? Hold on. You're telling me the workshops, the number of workshops we had before this event. Let me ask Zelda. Should we add that weeks or just the number of workshops? Just the number. How many workshops did we have to during the build-up to this event? Go ahead.
We had 7 workshops. We had 7 workshops.
Okay. 7?
There was one after.
Was it 7?
It was supposed to be 6.
Hold on. Sorry, give me a minute. Yes, that's correct. 7. Put your hands together for her. You added the last one, yeah? So, 7 workshops, that's correct. Please help us get her details, and that will be the end of our quiz sessions. Congratulations to all our winners. Congratulations to all of you. And we're saying a very big thank you to everyone that has participated in this event from the very beginning, all our mentors, all our participants. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for yourself. All our guests and visitors, thank you so much. Put your hands together for yourself. You've all been phenomenal. You've all been great. Thank you so much for your time, for traveling all the way here to be a part of this event. Please remember to fill the questionnaire we sent to the group. It's very important so we can improve on what we've done this year, and we'll be able to do something better and meet up with all whatever challenges you think we were not able to address this year. Please let us know. Don't spare our feelings. Express yourself. That's why it's anonymous. Your name is not there. There is no details, nothing. We won't know it's you. Tell us the way it is. All right? So that we'll be able to improve and do better when we are doing this again next year. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you. So over to you, sir. Moment of truth.
Yes, all the teams have done remarkably well from day 1 to this final day. But fortunately, it's just 3 of them that is going to be cutting away with all of our juicy gifts. So I'm inviting Architect Emmanuel to make the announcement, the judges.
All right.
Decision.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Thank you. So, of course, the results are here. No rigging. Collation was done on this table. And we are also open to external auditors if you want to audit the process. Just joking. Again, just to highlight the basis of adjudging these presentations, we have about 6 parameters to adjudge it. Firstly, innovation. Secondly, environmental issues addressed. Thirdly, the quality of presentation. Then number 4, the relevance of the topic and the innovation to the Africa Manifesto, because we are hoping that the solution can be implemented across all African states. Then chance of implementation, the possibility, and again, how you're able to manage your presentation on time. Because while you also present to investors on the D-Day, some of them don't have that largesse of time to listen to you for 1 hour. They want to just speak 2-3 minutes from you to know if your idea is worth been invested in. Of course, this was graded over 60, and just to announce, in the third place is Group 1A. Can we celebrate them? Group 1A. Third place.
Third place, Group 1A.
They can all come. If they're all here, they can all come. We thank you for your time. Of course, again, to introduce to us yet again people that came in late, our panelists or our judges. We have Bakang, we have Zelda, we have Dr. Somi, we have Jacqueline, and we have Emmanuel. So if you are still in doubt of how did they, you can come and ask. I told you it's transparent anyway. So then in the second place, we have Team 5B. Are they here? So, again, there is the certificate of your everything, the trophy and everything will be gotten on the day of presentation. So these three teams will be presenting to the General Green Building Council, the General Assembly, where you get investors also coming to see Team 5B.
Okay,
second place.
Wow. Second place, Team 5B. Where is the drum roll, please?
So, media, can you give me, do you have stand up for the champion?
Yes, is there a stand? Is there
Do you have stand 1999 Man U? Do you have stand up for the champion? For the champion, stand up. All right.
We can announce the first place. We need that song because they are the champions.
Don't worry, I will sing it. Stand up for the champion, for the champion. All right, let's stand to our feet to
Can we give
celebrate.
a standing ovation for
A round
the
of
winner
applause
today?
For the winner today, I invite Team 3A.
Hey, they don't even know. They don't hear Team 3.
Let's celebrate them. A round of
Let's
applause.
celebrate
A
them.
round of applause.
For Team 3A.
Team 3A.
My team. My team. My team. Please.
Let's keep clapping for them. Let's keep clapping for them. Of course, just to announce again, so these three teams will be presenting at the final innovation show, where we have investors willing to invest in your idea. It is possible, maybe after consideration, it's possible that we had one more team, if you look at that time schedule, but as it stands today, these three teams will be presenting. However, I'm saying it is possible for us to see have a fourth team to present on that day. However, let's celebrate again these three teams. They have done very well. And again, the things they had also worked on is also being an input into the Africa Manifesto consideration. So we have the representation here of Africa Manifesto, of course. So some of the things they are doing will be considered how it can be implemented across African states. We're also hoping from here we can also support and push. And let me also announce again, it doesn't end here. For any of you that are standing, that you like what they have done, you can also support them. Join them if they accommodate you. The most important thing that we all win, and we win together. On behalf of the president and every member of the judges and the Green Building Council of Nigeria, we thank you for coming. God bless you, and journey message back to your destination. Congratulations to the winners. Thank you. I hand over to Mama. Mama, before shaking them. Let me also invite the judges to come around and shake these winners. Mark, can you come around? Zelda, Dr. Somi, Bakang. Olo, you can also come. Olo, you can come and celebrate. Just come and shake them, please. Let's come. Let's just shake them. Oh, President also. Please come and shake. Okay, so he said no. Please, let's just snap with them and I will just shake them. Just shake them. Shake their hands. Thank you. Stand. Play it, please.
Okay, please. Please, the rest of the teams, please join us up here. The rest of the team, please join us up here. Quickly. Please stay where you are. Stay where you are. If you're still willing to join us, please, everyone, you can join us up on stage. Everyone, please come up, join us. Everyone, please. Everyone, please join us. Please feel free to join us. Please, all the participating students, everyone, let's sit back.
So, change of plan again. So,
You know, it's like when some people are coming for events like this, they used to pray extra prayers.
yes.
And even when you think the extra prayers is not working, somehow the thing will just
God
start
will just channel it.
manifesting.
Yes, yes.
So the judges, using
Unanimous
their
decision.
vector power, unanimously decided
To add one more
to add
winner.
one more group
Yes, one more group.
to the winners.
Yes,
I don't know what group it is,
I know.
but the judges are taking first, second, third, and fourth.
Please, yes, for the
So-
main summit.
They are going to stay back for the men's summit. I hope it's your group. I wish everybody best of luck.
Am I to make the announcement? Should I go ahead and make the announcement for the extra group?
With your permission, sir. After all the prayers, judges, please don't change your mind, though. You said?
Okay.
It's actually a very tight one. I just hope the judges won't change their mind. But please, while they are still deliberating on that,
Just give
do
me the
well.
go-ahead now.
Oh, they've decided.
Yes.
Please remember to use the hashtags. Hashtag sustainable construction. Hashtag future cities Africa. Hashtag AGB Summit 2024.
So,
Okay.
now, so the judges decided that based on some parameters, one team should be onboarded again. So, this team will be worked on in every aspect so that they can come up with better solutions. And that team is Team 1B.
Put your hands
A round of
together for
applause
Team
them.
1B. Where are they? Please stand to
They
your
really
feet.
worked hard. But you
Team
need to
1B,
work harder
put
on
your hands together
presentation.
for them.
That was the problem you had. Your
The
presentation.
judges
Yes.
saw everything they
Everything
did
you
and they
did, yes.
considered and said, okay, let's add one more team
So 1B, you are staying back.
and push them. So you're staying
Congratulations,
back.
guys.
Congratulations.
So I want all the team to come with me outside. Everyone.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We are going to be rearranging this hall for the IFC workshop. Please don't go away. It comes up at 2 p.m. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you. See you next time.